I'm Bookish Clara, and today we are going to talk about Dongbaekkkot. So, Dongbaekkkot is a Korean modern short story. For those who are new to Korean literature, by modern we mean all Korean novels that were written after Mujong, the first Korean novel that actually sounds like the current Korean language. Think of it as the difference between Shakespearean English and current English. Sure, they are both English, but you get the difference. Today, I'm going to provide you with a summary of Dongbaekkkot after a quick explanation of the work itself. As a middle schooler in South Korea, I have been forced to endure a long line of A. difficult, B. depressing, and C. boring Korean modern short stories. Not that they were badly written, however, they were mostly based on the Japanese occupation over Korea and the Korean War. Also, the subsequent years of struggle. Those were bad times. After persecution, a torn-apart country, and thanks to the following war, torn-apart families, and clashing ideologies, you don't exactly find writers running around writing about unicorns and glitter. They are all very meaningful and worth reading, but for modern-day students, reading them is a depressing slog. I have gamely read many of them and enjoyed most, but my eyes almost popped out of my head when I stumbled upon Kim Yoo-jung's works. His stories, in contrast to the dark stories common in his time, were funny and bright. It was something that I would willingly read again. After I had made sure my eyes were safe in their sockets, I decided to make a video on his most famous work, Dongbaekkkot. Dongbaekkkot refers to a flower of a ginger tree. They actually mean camellia in Korean, but in this novel it's meant to be ginger flowers. Our story starts in an idyllic rustic village, and oh, there's a chicken fight going on. Our narrator, a good enough lad, if not overly bright, sees that his rooster is being pecked to death by the next door's rooster. He immediately thinks the culprit is the vindictive girl next door's, a lass by the name of Chomsuni. A side note. Chomsuni literally means spotting in Korean, which is the part that most teachers don't discuss. However, I'm going to call her Spotty from now on. Our lad doesn't know the reason she hates him so much, then remembers an incident from 4 days ago. He was minding his own business when Spotty came up to him and started chatting and giggling. Then she gave him 3 roasted potatoes. Pro tip, if a girl just randomly comes up and starts very obviously flirting with you and offer you gifts, it means she's definitely interested. But like I said, our lad isn't overly bright. He gets offended when she says he must not have potatoes at his home and just gives it back. That's kind of understandable since it turns out that she is the daughter of the supervisor of the farm and the lad is the son of the tenant. He doesn't appreciate her rubbing it in. It's kind of a jerk move though. When he checks on her again, Spotty is upset for obvious reasons, flushing and even tearing up a little. Then she runs away. But you may ask, Clara, what has that got to do with the whole chicken fighting business? Well, as you know, rejected love is nothing to laugh about, and Spotty gets her revenge by punishing our lad rooster. First by pounding his chicken herself, then by sticking her buff rooster, the next door rooster, on the lad's feeble one. After several attacks in desperation, our lad feeds the rooster red hot pepper paste or gochujang. That gives the feeble rooster a boost, but then he inevitably falls at the claws of the buff next door rooster. The lad feeds his rooster even more hot pepper paste, but the poor thing faints during the procedure. The next day, our lad finds his rooster half dead, once again, from getting beaten up by the buff rooster, and he sees Spotty preening next to them. Enraged by Spotty's blasé attitude, he fells the buff rooster in a single blow. Then he's in serious trouble since he just got and killed the supervisor's rooster after all. Spotty moves in for the kill. She asks if he's going to do it again. With no clue to what she's talking about, he says yes. It so obviously means whether he's going to reject her again. duh, anyway, really. Pleased, she promises to not tell him, then she surreptitiously pours on top of him and ends up poured over him. The spicy sweet scent of ginger, Dongbaekkkot, is around them. Then Spotty's mother calls her and she runs off, and the boy runs away, also in the opposite direction. Side note, the scent of ginger is a metaphor for the boy seeing Spotty as a love interest for the first time. But who cares about that? I guess teachers do, but no. Reading is for fun, not for teachers. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this quaint little romance and I wish you a bookish afternoon.